How's it going? Thanks for joining me. Picking up where we left off in the previous two videos, how to communicate with God, and also everything points to flat earth. We'll get into that in a second. Just bear with me because I have a lot of important information I'm going to show you here. So you see the biophotons of your mother and the biophotons of your father come together to trap you here on the gridiron. You're brought to life by way of the sun. And now that you're here, well, it was the sun above your head that made your flesh, your bones, and your blood. And now that you're here, you grow up and you want to make something happen in reality. That's the black sun. That was what they kept from you. The black sun is what's bringing your intent into fruition. So you hear the word black sun and you immediately go into like a freak mode. You start saying satanic and shit like that. Listen, every word you speak is a magic spell. You went to school to learn your Book of the Dead. You took your test with your number 2 shit pencil. You're a witch. You set up your witch hat every year, your Christmas tree, your spear of destiny that pierces the side of Jesus Christ who's on the cross, which is the sun. And you take communion and you're the black sun yourself. You close your eyes and make a wish, blow out the sun above your head, and focus your intent onto the black sun. That's a double cross. One cross up, you're hashtag this, hashtag that. You put on a black robe at graduation with a hat that says you're bent and confused. And what I'm telling you is you know nothing of truth. And nobody can tell you any truth because everybody you know is fucking retarded. And hopefully we can set you straight here. You hear Ice Cube and all this shit. You see Popeye with the anchors on his arms. Okay, the black sun is anchored into a cube. So the ice cube, okay, it's one sun. One side of a light holds a black hole. Alright? So the caduceus, the deuce, like in 2, it's the ball, 2 balls. You pin the tail on the dawn key. Dawn the Father was in heaven, so hell beneath your feet. You need to go into the hole, the asshole. X marks the spot at the center of the dish. You see the Polaris. The green astrolight comes out of that hole and showers down on us. This shit is literally rubbed in our face. So all the letters, all the numbers are right there in the sine wave. You sign on the X. And X is wrong answer. X is a puckered asshole. All the letters, all the numbers are right here in the sine wave. So when you say the Saturn symbol right there is something that's evil, okay, it's set up like that so that you can't co-create. Because now that you're here, anything that you want to create is coming through the black sun. Okay? It's the conscious and the subconscious. And it's the same story over and over again. One side of a light hole is a black hole. The checkerboard. So when I see the clock, I see the sine wave. It's the conscious and the subconscious. It's like a checkerboard. When I see magic squares, I see the checkerboard. If you shade in the odd numbers on magic squares, you'll see images appear. Take a look. Alright. This other magic square over here, you'll see 2 crosses. One cross up, one cross down. All I did was shade in the odd numbers. And you see the U. You cross. Your cross was originally a cube. When they went from the flat earth plane to a globe, they unfolded the cube into a cross, which is the 4 sides of a box, then the one that you place on your head when you graduate from school that locks you in the box and keeps you frozen, like pole ice, frozen in your pole, in your head, and you can't see what's hiding in plain sight. I'm telling you that you're living on the checkerboard right now, the chessboard. But there's a hole at the center of the dish. You played pin the tail on the dawn key, Dawn the Father who is in heaven. Alright? When you hear the 2-ball cane, the 700 Club, okay, you see Enoch in reverse. It's clear, people, okay, that since vowels are interchangeable, you know, you have the by ball, you cast your ball, it, it's the ball with the two A's because it's one side of a light hole is a black hole. Okay, your vowels, it's A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. And then there's another hidden vowel, it's W. What the fuck is the chance of that, people? That it was the W, right? A, E, I, O, U, and then also the double U. So that makes sense that they hid this type of shit from us, because it's telling you right there. We know that if we go backwards with our vowel, it's T-U-V. The O represents the Holy of Holies at the center of the dish. X marks the spot. Pin the tail on the Don key, like Don the Father who is in heaven. Okay? The Holy Grail is right over there. There's absolutely no way to fuck this up. When I see Shiva in the upside down pair, now we know that this symbol is supposed to be upside down. This represents the black sun that's bringing all your intent into fruition. They hide the truth in plain sight. So we're inside the cube, in the center of the triangle, inside of the circle. This is the entire universe right there, people. Look it up. That's what it is. Alright? And you place your wedding ringer. Your wedding ringer is your limp finger, not your fuck you finger. It's telling you that you need to get to the Holy of Holies at the center of the dish before you're dead. And I know this is crazy. I know you don't want to believe it. It's like, how the fuck could this be possible? Well, go watch that guy do that video, Solomon's Lost Magic. He said he did the video because somebody was teaching the wrong types of ways to use the 72 spirits trapped in there. Well, it turns out those 72 spirits were charged with teaching you the arts and sciences. Did you hear what I said? Those 72 that they call demons are charged with giving you the arts and the sciences. So now you know why they've demonized everything. Okay? This right here, you open up the brass box, and this is what I saw, the image. I see the eye at the bottom right over there. So what I'm seeing here is the masculine, and you see it had the symbol on there, X marks the spot. It had the pin the tail on the donkey symbol over there. What I'm seeing is this phallus. It's this same story over and over and over again. We're inside that crystal ball, okay? And the symbols, people don't even know what the symbols are. When they see them, they're using them, but these are people that are using them, and they still think they're on a globe, okay? Floating through space as an accident. This place is fixed. You're inside of Pandora's box right now, and it's anchored down, the black sun. Okay, it has to be fixed so that the green astral jet can come shooting out, hit the parabolic mirror, and shower down on us. So when you see that no force on flat Earth, that's exactly, it's true. There was a highway of information that flowed through this place, and it glowed. The aurora borealis would have shot through the veins all the way across the earth, and that's all gone now. There's a Holy of Holies there now, and we need to get there before we're dead to get our everlasting life. That's where we drink from the living waters. This is what I see. Everything's upside down, okay? We need to get to this holy hole before we're dead. So, something that we were talking about in the previous video was relaxation. I think that you should make yourself magic squares like this. Make sure they have triple border. 1, 2, 3. You're capturing the essence of these numbers, their vibration, bringing it into the number symbol, which is one cross up, one cross down. Just like you walk into a church, you kneel down, and you make an upside down cross on your fucking head. You go from your head to your chest, left to right. That's an upside down cross. You kneel down to the feminine, and then you walk in. You have stained glass windows blocking out the sun above your head and focusing your intent onto the black sun. You close your eyes, make a wish, focus your intent onto the black sun. It's clear. You blow out the candle. That's like the sun above your head. And you focus your intent onto the black sun. So the black sun would be like the subconscious. Okay? And I'm telling you, the numbers don't lie. What you can do is stare at one of these for 5 minutes a day until you remember the pattern. And so that you could You could do it from memory. And that's what's going to bring it into reality. It's that you need a triple border around it because you're capturing it and bringing it into reality. So like sigil stuff, I've seen people making videos on like sigil magic, but you can see that the people making those videos are fucking retarded, because you're supposed to have a sigil that's mirrored like this, which is where you write out. They tell you to cut out all the vowels. So you write out something like I intend to bring forth heaven on earth and usher in heaven on earth. What they tell you to do is cross out any duplicate letters, and also remove any vowels. A, E, I, O, U. Vow to L. The Father in heaven. Everybody's got it in their name, like Daniel. Everybody's name is named after the Father in heaven, the L. Okay? Like the L even. So here, they tell you to keep the vowels out. And I'm showing you that you can keep the vowels in. You don't have to have any duplicate vowels, but you're using letters one time in black, mirrored in red, and then triple bordered. And what you do is you make one of these for someone else. You don't make them for yourself. Of course you could, but it's like the division symbol. One side of a light hole is a black hole. You need to make it up and down. You're a stand-up guy, right? Okay, you're a stand-up type of guy. So the green astral light comes shooting out of the hole, hits the parrot. This is the infinite potential. Okay? The king's most powerful magic was he wrote stuff down, bringing it from the imaginary into this realm by writing it onto papyrus or chiseling it into stone. This was the king's most powerful magic. The key is to bring it from the imaginary and into the physical realm. Then you need to capture the idea with the triple border, because this is like the 3D, right? D is the fourth letter, like the four corners right there. Okay? You're capturing it. Like the four corner rule. It's, what I'm saying is that it's exactly like this, because it's one side of a light hole is a black hole. And for you to keep time to just to get to work or something like this, everything needs to be free. Whatever luxury there is, it needs to be for everybody. And we need to get our drink of everlasting life from the Holy of Holies out of the center of the dish. Alright? This place you're living is far more exciting once you understand that numbers and symbols have a deeper meaning. There's a whole bunch of magic squares that you could be putting together and giving to other people, like your children. You should put one of these in their school books, like an education one, relaxation, this type of thing. I know people need money and stuff like that, I understand, but when you go paper chasing, the farthest thing from your mind is anything spiritual. It's all about material when you're paper chasing, and everything, nothing makes sense to you. You have to, step over to this side. When I say this side, I'm talking about you have to be on the side of everyone, where it's for the benefit of all. And what I did is, like, I remind people often in my videos that I spilled my blood over my written intent on video, and I published it to the Ethernet. 360 days after that, one of the eyes on my face opened up, and I began to see and decode. At 720 days after, the second eye on my face opened up, and I began to see and decode. Even more. Now, I did it on 12/24/2013, and now 12/24/2016 will be 1,080 days. And you can see, nothing slips by me. Every symbol, everything that you see has meaning, but it goes unnoticed by you. It's because you need to restore the spiritual high man that's inside of you. It's something that you lost when you lost your virginity. Doesn't matter if you're a male or female. When you lost your virginity that first time, okay, they only sacrifice virgins for a reason, because their blood is pure. When you lose your virginity, you lose your divinity. That doesn't mean that if you can't have sex. What I'm saying is that was then, this is now. And when you write your intent out on paper and you put your blood on it and then you publish that to the ether net, somehow it changes everything about you. It just unfolds like it's like one cycle of the sun, 1 year. That's like 1 day. It's second cycle. It's 360 degrees, 720 degrees, 1080 degrees. This is how it's unfolding. And I'm not even at 1080 days yet, but you can see I'm decoding everything. Symbols are the language of the universe and the conduit that your energy is flowing through. You have the Bible, the two bulls, the pair of ox. It's one side of a light hole is a black hole. You would be trapped on the division symbol right now. And you don't think magic squares are real, and I'm telling you, that's because you're not at this type of level with shit. I'm telling you, the plants and trees out there are conscious. Every time you eat your food, the plants, those living green plants and fruits, are screaming bloody murder. Look it up. Plants are conscious. See it for yourself. And I'm telling you that when you place your bare feet on dry soil and drop a drop of your blood into the earth and say, Great Spirit, give me guidance, that 7 days later, okay, you'll start to notice different changes in your reality. If you want to speed things up, hold up a glass of water and program it before you drink it by saying it, I intend to bring forth heaven on earth. Give me the knowledge of the ages so I might bring forth heaven on earth. You're a bag of mostly water. That vibration is programmed into the water. It's programmed into you. And I'm telling you that your intent and everything about you unfolds from in the beginning there was the word. You need to say the words and bring that from your head into this reality. Then you need to write it down. Then you need to publish it. The more stuff you do like this is how you bring shit into reality. Okay? So the triple border here, the freak win C. You need to capture it with 3 seals. And that's not something that people typically hear about when they're making, I see videos out there how to make sigils and stuff like that. But you never hear about the triple border, which the 3D. D is number 4. The 4th letter. It's that you're literally needing to capture your intent by placing a triple border around it and mirroring it in the 2 colors, like I showed on the sigil a second ago. So, all right. So, where we started off, how to communicate with God through number, we see that there's the odd and the even. That's because it's one side of a light hole is a black hole. You see it's the division symbol. Time going in one direction, time going the other direction. That means that when we get to the Holy of Holies at the center of the dish and we drink from the living waters, time stops for us and we don't age anymore. Okay? So, does sigil magic and all this type of stuff work? I say that, look people, if you're out to get money, then you need to make a sigil for someone else that's close to you to get money, not for you specifically. Okay? Once they get the money, you explain to them what you did and ask them to make a sigil for you. Okay? Exactly the way I'm showing you here. And the reason it's this way is because it's rubbed in your face. It's one side of a light hole is a black hole. The 2 dots on your clock, it's the conscious and the subconscious. It's the biophotons of your mother and the biophotons of your father come together to trap you here on the gridiron. Every letter, every number is inside the sine wave. Okay? Whether you see it or not, I'm telling you that it's all in the sine wave. I've done videos on it showing you that every single number, every single letter is inside that sine wave. So let's see here. You have this as a good example. Here we go. All right, you see the number 8 right over there? See the 8? Now if you chop that in half and remove one portion of the bottom, then it becomes a 9, okay? Or P. You see every single letter, every single number. You see the E. Everything is right over here inside the sine wave. You sign on the X, okay? You see that? They rub this in your face. Okay, inside the cube, is where we're all at. Your soul, like the soul is the sun above your head. The sun is the sum of all the souls inside the matrix at any given point. That's what the sun is focusing down upon us, is the collective consciousness of the whole. And it has its own divine spirit. It's, when I say goddess worship, okay, I'm telling you that you're not supposed to fight with your wife or your girlfriend, and you can never win, so just let them always win. And what I'm saying is that goddess worship is like your mother-in-law. You make sure that, like, when I pick stuff off the ground in front of, I make sure I bow down to them. I mean, I lay it on thick, because what I'm telling you is that these are like key things. I look into the sun, I speak my intent, I ground out with the grounding mats, or I put my bare feet on dry soil, and these are the types of things I do. I'm only 2 cycles into this blood over intent. I spilt my blood over my intent on 12/24/2013. I published a video, and it'll be 1,080 days next Christmas. And what I'm telling you is that it started with looking at the sun and speaking my intent, which led to me getting the idea to write it down on paper, do it on video, and publish it to my channel on the Ethernet. And now here I am, and I can see everything so clearly. You know, people make magic squares, but you don't see them coloring it in the odd numbers and see what images show up in those squares. That's clearly double cross and UU. What I'm saying to you is that you're on the checkerboard right now. The magic square is showing you that what you need to do is get to the center of the dish before you're dead. All these symbols are showing you need to get to the center of the dish before you're dead. There's really no way to fuck this up, people. It's like the Holy Grail is right there. It's at the end of your compass. Okay? Now the moon is a construct. The moon is see-through. And what I'm telling you is that the moon is just a rib of the earth, which is sending down a square wave. It's poisoning the well. It's keeping half of your brain shut off, and you can't see what's hiding in plain sight. I'm going to go deeper in the next video. I just got too much to show you guys, but look it up. AEIOU